the explorers arrive at the Lost Island.
Men, we've arrived.
Oh, you're smushing into me! We need a bigger boat.
We could get a bigger boat if we find the treasure.
Hello, Explorer. I am Snoozer.
How did you get on the boat? We don't need you for this mission.
You never know when a robot vacuum may come in handy. So the crew explores the island. They are looking for treasure. But then it gets really scary.
Why?
Because ghost pirates are living on the island.
I am the ghost pirate.
What's a ghost pirate?
I am a pirate, but then I died. And now I'm a ghost pirate.
We're not afraid of you, right, men? Men? Men?
Oh, yeah? Boo!
Go!
Didn't I just say boo? That means scram.
I thought you were talking to them. I'm not an explorer. I am a robot vacuum.
A what?
A robot vacuum. I'm two things at once. Just like you. Watch this. Oopsie. Where did he go? And then Snoozer finds the treasure.
Hey, whatever happened to the ghost pirate that Snoozer vacuumed up?
Oh, I forgot. He sneezes and the ghost pops out.
Oh! What just happened?
Nice one, Snoozer.
Yep. Hey, I just realized something. This explorer toy is missing an arm.
Oh, you're right, Snoozer. He is missing an arm, isn't he? Well, we can still use him anyway.
But he only has one arm. People have two arms.
Well, Snoozer, lots of people only have one arm.
What?
Yeah, Snoozer, that's called a disability, when somebody's born with one arm or one leg or something like that.
Wowie! I did not know that. Do you know any people with a disability?
Well, not around here, Snoozer, but I actually know some place we could go and we could meet somebody who has a real disability.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what, Snoozer? Why don't you get ready, because that's where we're going to be going on today's reading road trip. Seatbelt.
Check. Backpack?
Check. All right, Snoozer. Ascending in 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Autopilot activated.
So where are we going today?
All right, Snoozer, it's time for your 3 hints.
Here we go.
Hint number 1, it's big. Hint number 2, it has bars inside of it. And hint number 3, you will find balance beams inside it.
Oh, I was confused at first, but now I know it. It's a gymnastics center.
That's right, Snoozer, we're headed to a real-life gymnastics center.
But why?
Well, because one of the gymnasts there is someone who has a disability.
Oh, and she does gymnastics?
Yes, that's right, Snoozer. Just like I mentioned, lots of people have disabilities, but that doesn't stop them from doing the things they want to do. Let me pull up the map. We are headed to Rainbow Way. Once we cross through the rainbow, we'll be right at our destination, Stump's Gymnastics Center, to meet with Amy, a gymnast who has diabetes. Along the way, we're going to stop and do a craft with your teacher, Mrs. Hamilton.
What is diabetes?
Well, you know what? Diabetes is a form of a disability, but we're going to talk to Dr. Dan, who's a doctor who can tell us all about diabetes. So let's bring on Dr. Dan right now and learn a little bit more about diabetes. What is diabetes?
Well, to put it simply, diabetes is a lack of insulin. Now, insulin is a hormone in our body that regulates a lot of things. One of the biggest things it does is take sugar out of our bloodstream and give it to the rest of the body. So if we don't have insulin, we cannot take sugar out of our bloodstream. Now, this can cause a lot of problems. It can cause problems with our mood, it can cause problems with our eyes, with our heart, with our entire body. We really need insulin in our body, and when we don't have it, bad things can happen. Luckily, with modern medicine, diabetes has become a very treatable illness. Through things like this, which is a glucometer, we can measure what the blood sugar is at all times in a patient's body. Scientists have also created a way to make insulin out of the body and then put it back into the body in a patient with diabetes. So to do that, you need either a syringe like this and to give an injection like you get a shot, or you need to wear a pump at all times that continuously puts insulin into the body when it needs it. Diabetes is certainly a challenging condition to live with. But through many amazing inventions and amazing advances in science, people with diabetes can live very normal lives if they take good care of themselves.
Oh, that is interesting.
That was interesting, Snoozer. And I think we can learn more about some disabilities. And I think now might be a great time because look, here come the books. Let's check out a few. What was the button for my net? Oh, there it is.
What'd we get, Checkers?
Here you go, Snoozer.
Rescue and Jessica, A Life-Changing Friendship by Jessica Kensky and Patrick Downs. And All the Way to the Top by Annette Bay Pimentel.
Rescue and Jessica. Well, that's a great book to talk about today because I learned about Amy the gymnast from a news article where she was getting a diabetic alert service dog to help her out with her diabetes. So, this book is about a girl named Jessica who loses both her legs. Luckily, inventors and scientists have created advancements in technology allowing for artificial limbs to be used by people with disabilities. So Jessica is able to walk with prosthetic legs. But she also gets a dog named Rescue who can help her ease into this new life. We learn about both characters and their lives before meeting each other, and we see how they're both very important to each other.
I didn't know doggies help disabled people.
Yeah, dogs can help a lot of different people with disabilities in many different ways. But of course, animals can also have disabilities. Remember?
What? Oh, Winter!
That's right, Snoozer. Winter the Dolphin, who we visited on one of our earlier reading road trips, lost her tail in an accident. And the people at Clearwater, along with a bunch of other people, helped her out and they got her a prosthetic tail. And eventually, through training and therapy, she was able to have a normal life. And sometimes that's all somebody with a disability needs. A little bit of support, some family and friends, and maybe some technology to help them get right along their way to living their best life. But you know what? I think now would be a great time to make your craft with Mrs. Hamilton. And I think today we should make Winter the Dolphin to honor people with disabilities and animals with disabilities. What do you think of that?
I would love to!
All right, well, let's bring on Mrs. Hamilton right now and make Winter the Dolphin.
Hello, Snoozer. Are you ready to make your very own Winter Dolphin?
Yepperoonie!
All you are going to need is this sheet and scissors, glue, and then something like a black marker or a black crayon so we can make the eye, a smile, and any other details we want to add. All right, well, I think I'm ready, so let's start cutting out. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. So, now to organize the pieces. This white part is going to be Winter's belly. All right. Then we've got her prosthetic fin. That's going to go on the back. Then we have 3 pieces here. 2 of them are similar. These are the flippers, and this is the fin. The fin has more of a pointy part, so that's gonna go there. After we get the belly on, one fin is gonna go under, and then I'll show you how to put that one on. And this is Winter's eye. All right, I think I'm gonna start with the eye. Now to add the details. So right where this part goes in, that's where the smile begins. And then you can make an eye inside the white part, an eyeball. And then I just added an eyelash for fun. Okay, here's my big reveal. Oh, my very own Winter. How does yours look?
Here it is! Ta-da!
Ah, I love it. All right, well, that was so much fun. I'm gonna hang this up and enjoy looking at it and remembering, wow, all the wonderful things that we can do now. So people and animals can have a normal life. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi, boys and girls! Would you like to do the Mrs. Hamilton craft just like me? Guess what? You can! Head to your local library for all the materials that we use in the craft. Plus, we have activity sheets, games, and a whole lot more. Your library might even have their very own Snoozer! Come and see me! Anyway, back to the show. Look, Checkers! I made Winter!
Wow, Snoozer, that's great! That looks just like Winter! It's almost like she's in our van with us right now.
Thanks! So we talked about the first book, but what is the second book about?
That's right, Snoozer. Of course, we have 2 books to talk about. Well, the second book is called All the Way to the Top. And this book is about a girl with a disability named Jennifer Keelan and her journey to help get government regulations passed to help all people with disabilities. This is based on a real-life story, because many years ago, being disabled meant simple things like going into buildings with steps was a major challenge. By working with activists and her family, Jennifer was able to get enough support to get a law changed to help people with all disabilities.
Oh, that's good! So that's why there are ramps and stuff.
Yeah, that's why when we go into a building and we see ramps next to stairs, that's for people with wheelchairs, so they can move up into buildings that have different levels. Making a big change like this requires a lot of people to make their voices heard. And it took many years. The book even has a timeline for all the major events leading up to the big change. Well, Snoozer, those are 2 books about people with disabilities, but I'd like to hear more different stories, so let's bring on Zot to tell us about more books about people who had disabilities that overcame their challenge. Zot, what other books do you have for us?
Zot the robot at your service. Today's selections are We're All Wonders by R.J. Palacio, Just Ask, Be Different, Be Brave, Be You by Sonia Sotomayor, books about disabilities. Goodbye.
Well, thanks, Zot. All right, well, Snoozer, now we've got a whole bunch of books to check out at the library. You know what? I think we're about ready to visit Amy the gymnast and learn her story. Are you ready to cross through the rainbow?
Oh boy, I am so ready!
All right, Snoozer, well, we know the drill. If we want to go through the rainbow, we'll be wearing our safety suits. Changing in 3, 2, 1.
Going through the rainbow.
Wowie! There she is!
Hi, Amy.
Hello, Checkers.
Well, I'm here with Snoozer. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about gymnastics and diabetes. Can you do that for us?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, first of all, we wanted to know a little bit about your gymnastics. So you've been here for how many years?
13.
13 years you've been working on gymnastics. So is it really hard to get really good at gymnastics?
Yep, it just takes a lot of work ethic and practice.
Is that kind of the same thing for diabetes, where you had to spend a lot of time practicing?
Yep, I had it most of my life, so...
What's that stuff in the bag?
Well, I have a lot of supplies that helps me. This is a tester, and I have a lot of other stuff to keep my blood sugar going.
So you test with your finger, and then you use that to test what your blood sugar is.
Yep, using these strips.
And that will show you what your blood sugar is at any point.
Yes.
So if you're high, then what would you do if your blood sugar is a little bit too high?
You would give myself insulin.
So you give insulin, and then if you're low, you'd want to eat something, right?
Yep.
So has gymnastics helped you to control your diabetes at all?
Yes, it's important to stay healthy and active when you have diabetes.
And you're really healthy all day. So how many hours a day do you practice?
3 hours, 6 days a week.
Oh, so what level are you on? There's different levels, right?
I'm a level 10, and there's 10 levels.
So you're at the very top of the levels.
Does diabetes ever make gymnastics harder?
Yeah, well, sometimes I haven't felt good, so I had to go home from practice early, or they've had to delay me in a meet because of my blood sugar.
So if your blood sugar is a little bit off what it should be, it can slow you down a little bit. So how do you fight through that and make sure you're getting that back to normal? And
you just have to do what you have to do to get your blood sugar back and wait it out.
Okay, well, great. Well, we'd like to see some gymnastics. Can you show us some of the stuff you do at gymnastics?
Of course.
Yeah, I love hearing different people's stories and different things they've overcome. Because many people have disabilities, and they experience it in different ways. So the more books we read and the more people we listen to, understanding their stories, the more we can support people who have disabilities. The more we learn, the more we'll know.
Yes! I think I want to be a gymnast too. I think I'd be a great gymnast. I could fling around the bar with my snazzy trunk. It's been 100 times.
Alright, maybe one thing at a time, Snoozer. We haven't even installed your drum set from earlier anyway. And besides, you saw how long it took Amy to become a great gymnast. But we've got another place to go to pretty soon. We've got a lot of great things to learn, and of course, great books to talk about on our next Reading Road Trip.